Hello and welcome back to another Bikes and Laces taste test. Today we've got two caffeine energy gels for you, one from Clif and one from the Kendal Mint company. At the end of the video we're going to have a little comparison between the two, see what they contain and which flavour we prefer. So the first one we're going to try today is the Clif Shot Energy Gel Citrus and Caffeine. Now the gel is 34 millilitres, has 24 grams of carbs, 11.9 of them are sugars, and it contains 28 milligrams of caffeine.
Perfect. Do you want to go first, or?
You go first. What I really like about it is this this tag, which I know some races won't let you take gels on the course without them.
Well, yeah, it's really handy to have. It just means you won't lose this little bit as you put the bigger bit, hopefully, back in your pocket. Right, it was thicker than I was anticipating it being.
So would you say that's quite? It feels thick. Is that quite a negative thing? Cause
no, it's not. It's not a negative thing. It just it took me by surprise. A lot of the gels I use, unless I get my favourite ones, are a bit kind of thinner.
Yeah, they're more.
So they almost come out a lot.
They're more watery than that.
Yeah, they almost come out a bit easier, whereas that one...
I don't know what it is. It doesn't look like it comparing to your standard... You know, this is obviously a different shape. It may be the viscosity of it, but it doesn't come out easy.
No.
I can't imagine having that on a bike where you just want to grab it out of your pocket,
and just kind of
rip the head off,
really
squeeze, and then you're finished with it.
I mean, like, if you're in transition and you wanted to have one before you headed out, or... If you're on a run, you can probably manage it a bit easier than if you're on a bike, but you've kind of got less squeeze with the shape of that packet, whereas you've got to think a packet like this, you're going to be able to squeeze kind of one-handed.
Yeah,
which means if you're someone who can't necessarily ride with both hands off the bike, it's going to be easier. Whereas
I don't know what the... It's not very ergonomic. It isn't. I mean, when we set up to do these taste tests, they were just going to be trying the flavour and what they contained.
Yeah, but...
That's really thick.
I think more than anything, the thickness kind of took me by surprise. Not necessarily a bad thing.
It doesn't come out very quickly.
Because it doesn't come out... I've had ones before that have come out really quick.
This one is half the contents of this one. And they seem to contain the same amount of stuff. So this one's obviously got a lot more water in it to help it go down. And when they're both as small as they are, I mean, this one is
I mean, I suppose the
thinner.
good thing about this is you could essentially stack more of these in a cycling pocket, I reckon, than them, because these will stack one on top of each other.
I wouldn't want to get one of those out of a cycling pocket. That would be in my pocket. These are like the height of a cycling pocket. You reach behind and you can just grab the top and out it comes. That I'd probably be digging for. It's so thick, I think you could put it on toast. And considering when Clif do such fantastic products as their shot blocks, which I think are actually easier to digest than that. The flavour's fine.
Yeah, the flavour is really nice. It's not too much.
Which I think this mint one might be quite a lot of flavour.
It's a nice... This is a nice kind of subtle citrus flavour. It's enough that it doesn't taste bland or boring, but...
Yeah. But it's not going to overwhelm you.
Yeah, it's not overpowering, which is really quite nice. So, other than maybe the... I mean, don't get me wrong, love this bit. This bit's absolutely fantastic, but... Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily think it's the easiest to squeeze.
I don't think I'd be buying Clif Shot gels anytime soon. I mean, I like the High Five do an ice... I think it's an ISO gel they call them. Something like that. And they're mainly water. They're very liquidy. You can hear them in the packet sloshing around, and I find them great for when I'm tired at the end of a long ride. I can just take it off, and it's squeeze and then it's gone. You know, the whole thing, no wastage or anything. But enough about that. We're going to move on to our next caffeine gel.
Perfect.
Which is Kendal Mint's NRG Gel Plus range, which includes the caffeine. Now, this is a similar amount of carbs as the Clif one. It's only 3 more. As I said, it's about twice the size in contents than the Clif shot. Same amount of sugars, roughly. A little bit less, actually, and more than a gram less of sugar.
Not really easy to open.
It's not as easy to open. But it contains over 3 times as much caffeine. There are 100 milligrams of caffeine. And over our series of taste tests, this has got the most caffeine in a gel by far.
Okay, well, we're half open.
Well, you've slobbered all over that. Quick cut.
Okay, I mean, already just from opening the top of that, it's got a very, very strong smell.
It's very minty, yeah. I can taste it just from opening it.
I mean, it smells nice. It's like
toothpaste.
Like, yeah, it's. Have you ever swallowed mouthwash?
Do you know what? It's funny. When I did the... if you haven't checked out already, check out my review of their energy drink, their citrus and mint one. We have a citrus and mint gel one coming up, but this is their caffeine one, and it only comes in mint currently. I know they have plans to expand their range. They've been keeping quite quiet about it recently, though. And I said I thought it was going to taste like... when you swallow toothpaste.
Yeah.
I have tried this before.
It's that suddenness that hits the back of your throat, the same as if like you swallow toothpaste or a bit of mouthwash that goes down the back of your mouth. It's that suddenness that hits.
It's like eating a packet of mint Imperials.
Yes.
One good thing about it, it definitely goes down easier than that Clif.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, this is...
There's a lot more fluid.
There's a lot more water in it. It doesn't give us a hedge, but...
Downsides, it doesn't obviously have like the little litter thing on, so
you
have to just be mindful to put both parts in your pocket and not litter any bits.
I tell you what, though.
It wasn't the easiest to open.
If you're doing... if you had glasses on, like, I could blow my breath at you and your glasses would frost up. It's that. I tell you what, if you are out for an early morning triathlon in summer and you're doing like a sprint distance, you're only going to need one gel. That first thing will wake you up.
I mean, it was alright. I wouldn't use it as my regular go-to.
I wouldn't. I definitely enjoyed the citrus mint drink better than this one. That was much more palatable. This is really strong.
And it does just sit in the back of your throat.
What I could describe it is... do you remember those mint strips that airways and let dissolve?
Yeah.
It tastes like someone's put that on the back and the roof of my mouth.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you say, first thing in the morning, if you've got like a really short distance, it would be really good. Downsides, obviously, it's not got like the little litter tab on, and it wasn't the easiest to open, so mid-ride or mid-run, kind of fumbling about with that might be a bit of a challenge, especially if you're kind of, I would like what I would class as like a low-level runner or someone who just goes and runs for the enjoyment of it, and you're happy to just kind of like stop and take it down to a walk, it's not so bad. But if you're someone who's aiming for a PB, you're hitting your faster times, and you're fueling while on the go, and you need something you can quickly open, take and put into your pocket, there might be a slight drawback with that. It was quite tricky to open, but...
Yeah, I can imagine. I struggle to breathe in cold weather going at race effort pace. and I feel like I'm in winter now, drinking this gel because it's so minty.
It wasn't. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't taste bad. It's just very strong.
It is strong, and I'm quite disappointed in this one because although we've got taste tests coming up on all of their products, I've already sampled. I think we've both already sampled everything they have on offer. We tried it at the National Running Show. This is probably their weakest product.
Yeah.
They've got citrus and mint, which is really nice. Surprisingly, I don't think I'd like that.
Yeah, I know. I didn't think I would.
They've got chocolate and mint, which is lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Especially their protein shake version of it is dangerously good, dangerously addictive. Yes. So anyway, I struggled to breathe in cold weather, and I can feel breathing in how cool it feels just simply because it's mint. These are informed by sport. The Clif one doesn't have a lot of information on it. It comes with like a booklet attached to each gel with all the stuff on it because I think they're American.
It was quite a big hefty book.
Yeah.
Okay, so the comparison. Which of the two is your preference?
Despite probably not being the biggest fan of the mint, it's got to be Kendal's. Simply because it not tastes, it feels like a gel.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get that.
Whereas the Clif gel feels like one of their melted shot blocks. It's so thick.
Mm.
I mean, I know you're supposed to take gels with water. Anyway, I know you're supposed to take gels with water. Great timing. But that's just unpalatably thick. I couldn't imagine. You're talking about tearing the top of this in race conditions. I couldn't imagine drinking or eating that because you almost have to chew that gel. I think it's so thick. I think it is because it is so thick. It's slow. I think because it is so thick, it is so slow to come out of the opening. It feels like wasted energy, whereas you should be taking it on. I think this has got a smaller opening on it, possibly the same size, but because it's twice the weight, there is just water in it. That's what you need just to chuck an energy gel down in a race. Despite me thinking that this is Kendal's weakest product on the market, unfortunately it is their only caffeine gel at the moment, but I know they are working on something. I would like to see a citrus or the chocolate mint one as part of their range, but I'd like to see all their flavours over all the ranges. So you could have a chocolate mint, energy drink, gel, caffeine gel, and then the same for each of them. I think they've only got 3 flavours: the chocolate mint, the mint on its own, and the citrus mint. I'd like to see those 3 flavours across all of them, but. Yeah, as I said, unfortunately, the caffeine one is only in mint at the moment. It's nice enough. Its taste is personal. Taste is objective. So.
See, now, I'm going to go the other way. Despite the thickness, I would be more inclined to go for this one as opposed to that one because I find the taste easier to manage with this one. But from a run perspective, I don't have to try and maintain my balance on a bike whilst obviously taking on the gel. So for me, personally, this would probably work better. And although the thickness is something that can maybe be a bit of a letdown because it is so thick and it's like you say, you almost kind of have to chew it. It's something I probably could get used to. It's a nice flavour. and it's got the nice handy little litter tab thing. So I think my preference is this one based on taste, and I would be able to use it a bit easier in a run. If I was on a bike, however, I would probably opt for that one for just ease to use.
So I'm really Clif is a company probably better known than Kendal.
Yeah.
Kendal Mint in terms of your race nutrition market. That is crap. I think I for a company, I mean, I love their shop blocks. They're fantastic. They're a great idea, and I think they're one of the very few companies that do something like that, despite it being so easy to package and market.
Mm-hmm.
It's a crap gel. It's really, really crap.
Because of the thickness.
Because how thick it is, yeah. I don't know.
So this is where we differ slightly, because a lot of the ones you have are a bit more watered down, whereas whenever I go for my preferred ones, which I don't go for as often, but whenever I go for my preferred ones, some of the ones I have are thicker. But even the Clif one is thicker than like my personal preferred gels.
Yeah. I don't know what the reason is. I mean, obviously, that's much smaller. I mean, this is probably, as we said, the all but the caffeine are the sort of the same, roughly the same amount of carbs, roughly the same amount of sugars. But this is obviously almost half water. It's almost that's concentrate.
Yeah.
And this is like the squash with the water added. I don't see the point in having something so thick. I know that some of the other gels we've got coming up, like Torque, who have much smaller packaging than this, they also have the litter tab, I think they call them. And they're still not as viscous as that. I think they've really missed a trick there by having something so thick. This is all I seem to have got on this episode. Is it's just so thick, it's difficult to drink, and that's you should be really drinking gels, I think,
rather than eating
them. Yeah.
So,
but the flavour's fine. They've got that. The packaging is good. With the little tab, I would have preferred something like a tube. I mean, I don't get why it isn't a tube now. I'm thinking of all the things you eat quickly. They should be sort of tube shaped. It should be
gels.
Like if you look,
Smarties.
If you look on here, it's it's fat. Then it goes into a little end, whereas that is a tube with an opening at the top. The packaging wise, I like the little tear off thing on Clif. I like the shape and design of the Kendal one. I like the flavour of the Clif one. I like everything else that is in this gel. It is... I mean, that's 28 milligrams of caffeine. This is 100.
I think that just about sums it up, though. So, Chris's preference is obviously the Kendal Mint. Mine is the Clif. Clif, if you happen to watch this, maybe drop us a message and let us know the reason for your shape.
Kendal Mint, if you're watching, let us know what your plans are with the flavours. You have teased it. Don't keep us in suspense. And if you want my address for plenty more chocolate mint stuff, please get in contact. Because I will eat and drink that all up.
Yep, and then be bouncing off the ceiling.
Yes.
Okay, so I think that just about sums up this episode's taste test. We will be back with plenty more taste tests with various gels, snacks, drinks, etc., etc. If anybody out there is watching and has any products that they might like to send along, please do feel free to get in touch.
And we won't rip on them.
And we will give it a bit of a try, a taste test, and all the various information. If you enjoyed this video, then please do give it a big thumbs up make sure you hit the subscribe button as well and ring the bell to stay notified of all the future upcoming videos.